Welcome to this video where we'll discuss the future of Assetto Corsa EVO, since we have some news about the content of the next update, version 0.5. But most importantly, we have news about the career mode, which is going to be completely reworked and will actually, more or less, disappear. Let's start by talking a little bit about the content. Confirmed for update 0.5, an update that still doesn't have an official release date. But, if we believe the developers, the release is imminent. Well, to be fair, they've been saying the release is imminent for 2 months now. Maybe, with a bit of luck, let's keep our fingers crossed. It'll be this week. You never know. And so, confirmed for this 0.5 update, in addition to the Toyota AE86, which we already talked about in a previous video, is the BMW M2 G87. Well, some people suspected that because we saw it in a previous trailer for the game. But for now, nothing confirmed that it would be coming in 0.5 and not in 0.6 or 0.7. So now it's confirmed. It will be customizable with M performance parts. Maybe even other kits, you never know. And on top of that, the arrival of a new track has just been confirmed, Watkins Glen. So, new content confirmed for 0.5. And besides that, the developers have confirmed that the career mode is going to be completely revamped. Now, be careful. Let's not get things mixed up. There's nothing in what I'm about to tell you now that says it's going to happen for 0.5. This is, let's say, more of a long-term thing. Basically, what the developers have noticed, and of course you can give your opinion about this in the comments, is that the career mode, the way it's set up right now, is useless. Currently, a EVO stalker is split into 2 parts. Open mode on one side and career mode on the other. In open mode, you can play multiplayer. You can get all the cars in the game, customize them, and take part in special events. Whereas in career mode, you can play multiplayer, buy cars, customize them, and take part in special events. But all the content in the game becomes paid. That means, to buy a new car for your garage, you first have to grind money to be able to buy it and grind experience points to unlock it, which is absolutely not necessary in open mode. Basically, let's say that career mode right now is just open mode with extra restrictions. That's why a large part of the players stick to open mode and never go into career mode. The developers understood this, which is why they're fully redesigning career mode by removing the entire economy system, meaning the whole experience point system and the whole money system. The developers ultimately want the career mode in Assetto Corsa EVO to focus on driving and competition. It will be based on 3 main modes. The special event mode, which puts players in a specific situation. Let's say it's a bit of a challenge, where a track is imposed on them, a car is imposed on them, as well as weather conditions, with a target time to achieve, but also on competitive multiplayer, as well as on the Driving Academy. It's a bit like the license system in Gran Turismo, or maybe even more like the circuit experience system, where each track will be divided into sections. You have to set the best possible times on each of these sections with a car that's assigned to you, before having to set a full lap time. On the full track, the goal is also to get the best lap times, the best gold medals, to, quote-unquote, complete this chapter of the driving school, also called the Driving Academy, which, by the way, gives you access to new licenses. If I'm not mistaken, that means you can use bigger cars, more powerful cars, in career mode. You must complete the driving school chapters that match your desired car's performance level. This creates an extra barrier compared to open mode, where you can drive any car you want. For that, the developers said they were going to completely rework this driving school system, but without really giving any additional information. We don't know which direction it will take, but it will stick to the same concept. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a driving school. So, basically what's going to happen on Assetto is that the open mode will remain the mode. Let's say it's a bit casual, where you can log in to test the new cars. Play multiplayer with your friends, in a relaxed mode, quite simply. And the career mode will become more of a try-hard mode, the mode where you'll really try to give your best. So, it still makes me wonder a little what impact all this will have on the open world. Because when Assetto Corsa started teasing the arrival of the mode, they opened up the whole area in Germany, around the Nürburgring, with all the real roads modeled. In the game, with NPCs, maybe even with police, who knows, open world. Which is supposed to come partly with version 0.5. They teased us that in this open world, there would be an economy, that we would have the possibility to go, for example, to car rental shops to temporarily borrow a car of our choice, to go on the NUR, for example, or simply to drive around the area with it. But we would also have the possibility to upgrade our cars with performance parts, as well as aesthetic parts that come from third-party manufacturers, meaning not necessarily official car brands. And all of that was more or less based on an economy system. We were supposed to pay for upgrades, pay for car rentals, and many thought that some of the money we would earn in career mode could maybe be used in this open world. specifically to buy all sorts of things. If career mode has no economy, there won't be money to spend in open world either, suggesting the entire economic system may be dropped there too. This makes it less interesting, honestly, since it would just be a place to walk around. Alternatively, there could be a dedicated economic system for the open world, which means that the money we want to spend in the open world, we'll earn it in the open world. Maybe through races, driving objectives, we don't know if that's the case. We might actually end up with two different careers, one integrated into the main game, so the main, more competitive career, and the open world career, in which players will also be able to progress their economy and their account, quite simply. So for now, we don't really know how that's going to turn out on that point. What we do know is that it's been a little while that the developers have been stuck on this mode, the career mode, because they don't really know how to make it interesting. Let's say they kind of sabotage themselves a little on this point. Because originally, if I'm not mistaken, when the game launched in 0.1, there wasn't an open mode, at least as far as I remember. It was added in the first updates to allow players to change cars, because there were quite a few who had a bug in 0.1 where, in career mode, they simply couldn't change their car. So, the open mode was added, as I remember, kind of in a rush, so we could test the different content in the game. And that's kind of where things started to go wrong, because now that players really like the open mode, it's hard to take it away from them, to force them to play a career to unlock cars, at least this career. The developers have been working on it for a while now, without really finding any other solutions. It's going to end soon, so you get the idea, because they finally made a decision, and now that they've decided, as they explained in a new official statement, they'll be able to focus on the next two big things. From Assetto Corsa to EVO. On one side is the competition, and on the other, the open world, which seems to be significantly behind in development. So, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you see this as good news or bad news? Personally, I think it's pretty positive because, honestly, I don't think there are that many players anyway who bought Assetto EVO for the career mode as it is right now. Personally, the main thing about this Assetto EVO, the main reason I think players bought it, is the open world. It will be the first open world to offer truly realistic driving. And that's really the thing they can't afford to mess up. Shifting focus from career mode to invest more in that sounds good to me. Share your thoughts in the comments. I hope we'll have the chance to meet again very soon on Assetto Corsa EVO, in a few days, with the arrival of version 0.5 to try out some of the new content and new cars. I'll be live testing new features as soon as they're out. Follow me on Twitch with the link in the pinned primer comments. Also, to support the channel, feel free to subscribe for upcoming news videos on Assetto Corsa EVO, but also on Rally, which should have its next update soon, and on a whole bunch of other games as well. I play racing games daily. Subscribe and see you tomorrow for the next video. Ciao!